Hello and welcome to another Maplestory 2 video. Today we're going to be updating our wizard video, and I do know that I had a very poor build at level 50 when I did this. I would recommend going with this one now because it's a lot more versatile, has more abilities, well, one extra ability, and I did change a little bit on my macro. So starting off, we do have our presentation for our gear. We have all blues most of the time, like all the stuff that you can get from level 50 normal dungeons. That's the minimum gear requirement, I would say, that would parse your damage. Going off with build, we have Phantom Claw at 10, which is the mandatory thing to do. When you're out of SP, you use Phantom Claw. Arcane Blast is going to be on 1, but it does make sense if you have it on your macro, because you deal a free 260% damage every 6 seconds when you have the macro with the Phantom Claw. As for Flame Wave, this is going to be macroed to be by itself, and that's to speed up the animation. I covered it up in my previous video regarding macros and wizards. But Flame Wave is your main DPS and filler when you're when you don't have any other cooldown skills. So Flame Tornado, your first cooldown skill at 16 seconds. Use this as often as possible on a stationary target, because it won't move, it will stand still and obviously deal damage over time. Pyromancy is now at level 1, it does not have level 10. I could arguably say that you could max this out instead of Focus Seal, and the reason for that is you'll get 12% at max level for Pyromancy for your own increased DPS, but your party will not get 4.6% damage increase. So it's up to you if you want to be personal on your damage or if you want to go with party. Right now I'd say if you want to be a supportive wizard, go with Focus Seal. You can boost your party members. That's going to be about 12.8% damage increase for your party. But if this is going to be a mandatory thing, especially when you do raids, when you have 10 man, that's going to be 4.6% times 10, because you're buffing up 10 players, and obviously Focus Seal is going to be much more priority rather than having Pyromancy at 10 at this point. Going off, since we did reduce a lot of points in Pyromancy at level 1, I stuck with level 10 on Focus Seal. I leveled up Chain Lightning to 4, and then I'm trying to max out Thunderbolt as my second cooldown skills. So this one is lined up with Flame Tornado, both are on 16 seconds, for both cost 40 spirit, so you are gonna run out of spirit quite fast when you use these two abilities at the same time. So you will be able to manage to throw in one Flame Wave after the rotation to put a burning dot on the enemy, and then you will be using Phantom Claw for a bit with Arcane Blast macro before you spam Flame Wave again. Magic Armor is at 4, it's the prerequisite for Focus Seals, and this is my build. You could obviously increase your personal damage if you want to go Pyromancy on 10 and then 1 on Focus Seal. It's really up to you, doesn't really matter. I do not have trophies at the moment to have all the skill points. I'm not level 60 yet, this is just a quick update from the build I had before. I am level 53 though at this point, because I'm doing alt runs, doing daily dungeons with my ults. So once I'm at 60, once I decided to bother with the skill points and trophies, I'll make a video for that. But for now, let's showcase the update of the build with Wizard. Now, as a disclaimer or a fair warning before I start off parsing my damage, I may hit multiple targets because of Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt chains into 8 enemies within the range of the target. So it's gonna hit all 3, so it will increase my damage a bit. I may move a bit and manage to Magic Claw a few multiple targets, so that will slightly increase my damage as well. So I do apologize for that, for not being an accurate parsing. And the same thing goes with the Flame Wave. So if I manage to just spam Flame Wave and for some reason I'm hitting to the right side, I might hit multiple targets as well. So for macros, we'll have Flame Wave only. And then at Claw, we will have Phantom Claw and Arcane Blast. Arcane Blast is going to be hard to parse because it's a ranged hit. But if I can manage to stand sort of north of the dummy, it will hit the target because there's a wall over here, and that will make it easier for me to hit my Arcane Blast. Yeah, let's start off with the parsing, and hopefully I won't fuck up. Let's do 1 minute. Oh, I missed the arcane there. I'm getting a little bit out of line when I do my damage. And I guess that finishes up. So I tried to do as minimal damage to multiple targets. I did miss a few arcane blasts because it started to aim down on the staircase instead of on this edge. Flame wave suddenly started to hit a few over here, or tornado started to hit a few of the enemy on the right side. So within 1 minute, with my current gear at level 53, I did about let's say 1.3 million damage in 1 minute. It could obviously be improved. The better gear you have, the better weapon with piercing and damage against boss stats, that will increase the damage. But this is roughly my rotation regarding Wizard. So thank you very much for watching. I hope this is a much better build in comparison to just spamming fire, because I did get boring by just spamming Flame Wave and Magic Claw. And having Thunderbolt now makes it a lot easier as a wizard. Now that you can clear out minions and adds, if you're assigned to it, you can burst them down with Thunderbolt, Flame Tornado, and Flame Wave. This is also slightly increase of damage, obviously, to the class, because I do not have... I'm not just spamming Flame Wave, because if you're spamming Flame Wave all the time, you're only dealing, let's say at my point, it would be 10k damage only per Flame Wave, while Thunderbolt can hit for 30k with the cost of twice, or yeah, at 66% cost of Flame Wave. It's worth it, considering that you do 30k for 40 spirit, and this does 10k per 20 spirit. So I do 10k more damage with the amount of spirit I can use with Thunderbolt. So that's a minor increase of damage if you do the math over there. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I hope this was a little bit more better as a wizard build. It's not the perfect build. I'm not the main wizard, but this has improved my damage when I did some ult runs. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.